A decade that transformed India completely. 1981 to 91. Let's call this the bridge generation. Propaganda media had started. Doordarshan and few more channels on radio were doing the rounds. Political jingoism was also taking its own turn. As other political parties, the regional parties came out, Congress was getting challenged. The dominance was over. Rajiv Gandhi came into power, pushed for modernization. Computers were brought in for the first time in the country. An Indian education system being robust enough, logical based, and hard work based, producing a lot of engineers, doctors, financial consultants, art students into the fray. Unemployment rose to an unimaginable levels, all looking for the government jobs for the security. There were not as many vacancies. On the other hand, the economy, under the grasp of the license Raj elites who were benefiting and taking profits, factories, financial systems, they were bleeding. There are no available data as such how many loans were extended, how many got into default, and so forth, because systems were not as complicated. But come in the 91 and the later years, a lot of scams came out. So that gave a glimpses of what really happened as black money was doing the rounds into the system. Smuggling was a major vocation that gave rise to a lot of underworld dons, especially in the Mumbai, the India's financial capital areas. But the brightest of the signs was that this challenge left India with no choice but to open the economy to global players. This huge consumer base, which had very limited choices and controlled by these elites and the business houses with their limited products, was about to get access to a larger world, a globalized world. The best of the Indian talent was still leaving for better opportunities. This was the peak of brain drain. This is the generation which formed the modern, or to some extent contributed in the growth of the modern American IT technology growth. For India, it was just getting ready. Narasimha Rao, Manmohan Singh, visionary leaders got a chance to come into the power. The first known Gandhi representing Congress, coalition government were working on. This is going to be a very interesting because this only choice that India got because of its financial crisis was really what gave India its first true real independence. As Bhagat Singh quoted, independence without economic freedom is pretty much like giving all the powers into the hands of the few elites, and the larger population always stays deprived. You may check that out in our talks on the Bhagat Singh in the previous Bhagat Singh videos. But that's what the legendary philosopher thinker pretty much warned against. 91 was the period when India got its economic independence, and the license Raj, which started depleting in the 80s, finally got over, and India was ready for a new India. Stay tuned for this talk. Cheers. Have a good one.